Rupamurtim Narayanam. Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane. Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Itinam. Sri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Udarya Madhurya Gunaiska Yuktam. Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tvam Sirasa. Tridandina Bhakta Shiromanim Sri Krishna Pada Devadai Kavadi Chaitanya Leela. Saram Narayanam Tvam Satatam Prapadye. Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada. Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Madami Narayana Tattvam. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari. Let me offer means of the senses at the lotus feet of the Lord. Rupanuga Guru Varga Nama Nishta Santa Prabhu. Now all present that picture Vaishnavas. Etavad Dandavat Pranam. Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripati Vacha Patitanam Pavaneti Vaishnavi. So this is Purushottam Mass, and in India this is also Purushottam Mass Antargata Shukla Paksha Kamala Ekadasi. So we pay obeisance to Sanatana Goswami and his Ruth Bhagavatam, it is commentary. And Gurudev Gopal. So we have come up to the first canto. Main theme is Narada Muni is in a journey to find out, to glorify whole world. Even though he knows, but he wants to, whole world should agree with all these, so many arguments, devotees arguments and others. This is very, very sweet. Bhut Bhagavatam, that's why the essence of Bhagavatam. So amazing. You can see different aspect of bhakti. Okay. So he went from Brahmana to king in the South India to Indra, the heavenly planet, to Brahma, Brahmalok, and then Shivalok, and then he has come to Sutar with Prahalad. Now Prahalad giving all that arguments. There is no chance of any bhakti in me. Forget about Suddha Bhakti. I'm still a demon. I have not overcome with all my demonic qualities. I fought with my Lord. He, he kindly saved me. Still, I fought with him. You think I have his mercy? And he made me to rule this world, demonic world. So how can I do any bhakti? How can I have any bhakti? He says, if I show any mercy on anybody, first of all, I will take away all these belongings. Rather, he has given me. He made me the king. So it shows I have no bhakti at all. If there is a bhakti, then there is a question of mercy of the Lord. Greatest mercy. Forget about greatest mercy. So, and on top of it, what service I have done to the Lord? Rather, he did service to me. Allah is crying. I took service from him. You think this is proper? No, no, no. There is Hanuman. Hanuman is different. He's continuously serving the Lord. So many things. So, oh, Narada Muni, you are in a wrong place. If you are searching for a person, we are the highest mercy of them. You see, Prahlad, so humble, so many arguments. So, that's the nature of bhakti. Now, Hanuman, so Parikshit Maharaj is telling, see, Hanuman, as serene as an ocean, sighted, heavily and mentally pondering, began to speak to Narada. Then Narada Muni is telling that, oh, Hanuman, you are so great. So, Hanuman is saying, I am so worthless. Pandavas, you know. So he said, therefore, Narada Muni said, oh friend, what to speak of Ayodhya, even in Vaikuntha, such opulence and sweetness is not found. Therefore, get up, let us go to the abode of the Pandavas. Uh, Then Narada Muni, say Hanuman, uh, he started speaking to Narada. He says, after hearing the words of Sri Narada, Sri Hanuman exhaled a long, exasperated breath. Even though he is serene as an ocean, still for a short while he became pensive. In other words, despite the desire for seeing the wealth of prema aroused, and even after such inspiration given by Narada, due to fear of breaking his virtue of having one master, uh, one pointed towards Sri Ramchandra, and devoid of any efforts to leave being the image of patience. He did not get up to go to the abode of the Pandavas. However, offering obeisances presupposes pardon from any aparadha by disregarding the words of Sri Narada. And offering him pranama, he began to speak. Sri Hanuman said, it is proper for us to go for the darshana and offer services to the Pandavas, the dearmost devotees of the Sri Krishna. However, Sri Krishna, even before this time, was exhibiting sweetness, full of profound mercy. His wonderful pastimes of playful sports are extremely deluding. Seeing these pastimes, even learned sages also become greatly perplexed. Alas, even the father of sages such as you, the grandfather of all planets, the founder Acharya of the Vedas, the instructing teacher Sri Brahma himself, became bewildered by seeing these pastimes of Bhagavan. What to speak of mindless monkey like me? Say, Brahma himself got uh, carried away. uh, He was bewildered by the deal of Krishna. What to speak of me? Monkey like me. You are well aware of the potency to bewilder in these pastimes. Therefore, I am always fearful of committing offenses. It is necessary for us to go to the house of Pandavas. There is no need to discuss this matter further, especially since such pastimes of Bhagavan are the ultimate shelter of servants who worship Bhagavan with one pointed attention. They enhance their prema bhakti. Nevertheless, I have the topmost love in the son of Kausalya, who is non-different from the son of Devaki. The same Devaki Nandan has increased my devotion in the lotus feet of Sri Raghunatha, their natures being non-different. Therefore, I have the highest affection in the form of Sri Raghupati. He is naturally soft-hearted due to causeless mercy, possesses a straightforward nature, shows the path of ideal justice, accepts the woe of one wife, keeps his face always lowered due to polite shyness, always gazing downward. He is pleasing to the world, the chief deity of the city of Ayodhya, the king of kings, who is served by Sita and Lakshmana, the elder brothers of Sri Bharata, who has affection for the king of monkeys, Sugriva, as well as the lord of monkeys like me, the shelter of Vibhishana, one who carried the bow, the son of Dasharatha and Kausalya. So, Hanuman is telling, my topmost love in that form of Sri Ramachandra as Sri Devaki Nandana is increasing. Therefore, seeing this deity present in front of me in the form of Sri Ramachandra and drinking the nectar of his pastimes, I reside in this land of Kimpurusha. Hanuman is staying even today in Kimpurusha Varsha, the 9 Varshas, birth Varsha, one. So, uh, and is reciting Ramayana. However, if sometimes to show special mercy, the Lord for some purpose grant me some happy services, he will call me. Or inspired by affection for me, Sri Bhagavan calls me for darshana of my dearmost Sri Ramachandra. I shall appear at his feet. Now we should approach the Pandavas and please take the darshana of the Supreme Brahman who is present in their abode in human-like form. That Supreme Lord, despite being inconceivable by the words and minds of the sages, and though being the support of various sweet pastimes, being very pleased, is residing in the house of the Pandava. Narada, oh Narada, is telling to Hanuman. We the people are lifelong brahmacharis, and the Pandavas are followers of Grihastha Dharma, and are busy in managing the kingdom. Thinking in this way, please do not become an offender. So, actually, the Pandavas are Nishkinchana, that is, they are constantly serving the lotus feet of Sri Krishna and have become free from the desire for all types of sense gratification. Therefore, they are worshipable by even swan like acharyas. Whatever attachment the seniormost among the Pandavas, Sri Yudhishthira Maharaj, has for the empire, it is only for the pleasure of Sri Bhagavan. Therefore, he has such royal opulence that is rare even for the demigods. They are the rulers of Vishnu Loka and Jambu Dvipa, even on this planet, having earned great pious merits by performance of Rajasviya, Ashwamedha sacrifice, and such other activities. The great mass of self-prestige that preoccupy the entire three worlds, along with other objects, are free from all types of defect. Though they are desired by God, they are automatically obtained by the mercy of Sri Krishna and thus dedicated to Sri Krishna. Therefore, all these objects for sense enjoyment are not able to have any adverse effect on Maharaj Yudhishthira. Such objects as fine cloth, garland, and sandalwood are unable to give happiness to a person suffering from hunger. Similarly, all these objects that also are unable to give happiness to the hearts of Maharaj Yudhishthira, who is encircled by the ring of fire of Sri Krishna Prema. Even though he has so much, that will not disturb Yudhishthira Maharaj. Very uh, example given. Oh, what more can I say about this matter? Srimati Draupadi Devi, the crest jewel of all queens, and such virtuously decorated brothers as Bhima and Arjuna, are not as dear to Sri Yudhishthira. Still, the affection shown by Sri Yudhishthira is not due to a bodily relationship, but to a relationship of prema unto the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. They all are dear to him. Oh, Bhagavan Narada, I'm just a monkey. What can I know of the glories of the Pandavas? What potency do I have to describe them? You know their glories better than I. So Parikshit Maharaj said then, see Narada, dancing in rapture, appeared in Kuru Desha, the land of Kurus, and quickly entered the capital of Sri Yudhishthira Maharaj. See, Narada Muni very quickly he took leave of Hanuman. Now he appeared in uh, Yudhishthira Maharaj. So there at that time, what is happening? Dharmaraja Sri Yudhishthira was consulting with his family members about how they could invite Sri Krishna for his darshan on the pretext of some yajna or ensuing catastrophe. However, at that very moment, he heard the news from the mouth of the doorkeeper about Sri Narada's arrival. To welcome him, Dharmaraja himself arose along with his mother, his wife, and brother. Before Narada came, they were discussing. The performance of an Ashwamedha yajna or some other kind of sacrifice, or the pretext of some danger that has arisen due to the attack of ruthless enemy. Then someone like Bhima would be sent to invite Sri Krishna to come from Dwarka to Hastinapura to request his darshana. But it would be impossible for him to arrive immediately after hearing the news of such sacrifice as Ashwamedha yajna. However, he would quickly come after news of danger that had arisen due to the attack of enemies or the news of an impending conquest. But as the events proceeded, hearing the news of dancing Sri Narada arriving, Dharmaraj Sri Yudhishthira stood up from his seat along with his mother, wife, and brothers to greet him. Dharmaraj Sri Yudhishthira eagerly ran to offer pranams to Sri Narada. And with great effort and respect, he brought him into the assembly and made him sit upon the elevated seat of honor. O mother, huh? Parikshit Maharaj is telling, O mother, thereupon using the same paraphernalia, Dharmaraja, Sri Yudhishthira Maharaj brought for worshipping Sri Narada, he began to worship your father-in-law, Sri Yudhishthira and his servants. Ha! See, what is happening? See, now Yudhishthira Maharaj brought so many paraphernalia to worship Narada. But Narada, on the other hand, he got a, with the same paraphernalia to worship Yudhishthira Maharaj. Ah, because Narada Muni is like, just as Sri Hanuman described the glories of the grace of Sri Krishna upon the Pandavas, Sri Narada began to repeatedly sing aloud in an extremely sweet voice about those self same glories accompanied by the resonance of his veena. The glorification that Hanuman did of Pandavas. Yeah, Narada Muni repeating through his veena. Then Narada said, on this earthly plane, all of you are surely fortunate because the sovereign of universal lords, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is your beloved, your worshipable deity, your preceptor, your maternal cousin among king folk, messenger, charioteer, friend, and obedient servant. Ah, Krishna did so many all capacities serving Pandavas. So the the glories of Sri Krishna's favor toward the Pandavas are sung by Sri Narada and elaborately described. On this earthly plane, all of you are indeed most fortunate. So, why the fortune of engaging in bhajana to Bhagavan? So, being the partakers of Bhagavan's mercy, the Pandavas in particular are most fortunate. So, he says, Devaki Nandana is the Lord of even the administrative controller, like Brahma, Rudra, and so on. But he has become your beloved. By this, it is a proof of the immeasurable fortune. See, Narada furthermore says that he is not only your favorite or beloved, but your worshipable deity, Ishtadeva, spiritual master, uh, and even intimate relative. Ishtadeva means worshipable personality, who is worthy of constant worship and who gives protection from all calamities. Guru means he who in his manifest form gives all kinds of spiritual advice. Bandhava means a paternal relationship by birth. Matuleya means a maternal relationship due to family ties on your mother's side. In other words, just as a mother is affectionate, Sri Krishna is similarly very affectionate. The word bandhu indicates a relation by relationship of birth and among such relatives. He is the son of the maternal uncle, father's sister, or else he is a brother, being the son of a paternal aunt. In this way, they are recipients of great affection because he is like a brother who shows mutual affection. He is your messenger, Duta, because he was sent to your side as a messenger from the city of Virata, named Upaplava, to the palace of Duryodhana in Hastinapura. He is your well-wisher because without expecting any return of our goodwill, he renders causeless welfare unto your people. He is your charioteer, Sarathi, because in the war of Mahabharata, he held the reins of the chariot of Arjuna and steered the chariot. He is your obedient servant because at the time of war, Arjuna spoke, Senayer Ubayer Madhye Ratham Tapaya me Achyuta. Oh Achyuta, please draw my chariot between the two armies. Hearing this order, Sri Krishna immediately stationed the chariot in the midst of both enemy armies. In this way, concluding the topic of his being an obedient servant, he ends with, what more I can say? He is your obedient servant. Whatever way you order him, at that very moment he follows your request. On the other hand, the word Mukti Tantra, order supply, is used here as Sevaka, because the direct use of the word Sevaka for Krishna seems too bitter. Therefore, instead of clearly mentioning the word Sevaka, the word Mukti Tantra is used. This inserts the Hanuman's word of Sri Krishna being a servant and assuming a warrior posture, Virasana. So, Lord is in so many ways. He is not only glorifying Pandavas. Oh, yes, so much understanding, respect, relationship. He's always so. You are the greatest recipient of the Lord. Who can be the darshana of Sri Bhagwan is very rarely attainable even in the samadhi of such demigods as Brahma and Rudra. Is the object of all the purpose of the Vedas, and such avatars as Sri Narasimha, Sri Vamana, and Sri Ramchandra are his plenary portions also. All other avatars are only portions of plenary portions of Sri Devaki Nanda. Demigods such as Brahma are his divine extensions. Maya, which creates, maintains, and annihilates this material world, follows his order according to his suggestion. Being disturbed by the lamentation of Dharani, the goddess of earth, demigods such as Brahma appeared on the shore of Milk Ocean and performed austerities with complete dedication. They worshipped and glorified one pointedly. Still, they could not get the darshan or achieve any type of mercy from him. Only Sri Brahma was aware of the order of the Lord, which appeared in his heart in Samadhi as a divine ethereal voice, and by manifesting that prominent order, he satisfied the demigods. Somewhere, Garga, the best among learned sages, revealed in confidence that Sri Krishna can be equated only with Bhagavan Sri Narayan to some degree, but not completely. He is also famous in Sri Madhupuri, Mathura, by such names as Dirga Vishnu, Mahahari, Mahavishnu, Mahanarayan. The mercy of Sri Krishna cannot be achieved by our devotional practices such as self-satisfaction, neutrality, devotion, or the association of saintly persons. At the same Sri Krishna who is pleased with you without any sadhana is under your dominance. Allah, oh, listen, in the past there was the opinion that Sri Bhagavan would grant liberation only to a few exceptionally qualified persons, despite personally killing such demons as Kalanemi, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, and Rakshasas, Ravana, Kumbhakarna. Sri Bhagavan did not grant these liberation. Therefore, what more can be said about the matter that he did not bestow that topmost devotional service on any and everyone? Still, in the avatar of Sri Narasimha, alone he granted to Sri Prahlad with bhakti mixed with jnana. In the avatar of Sri Rama, some personalities such as Sriman, Hanuman, Jambavan, Sugriva, Vibhishana, Guvaka, King Dasharatha obtained pure devotional service from him. Although in the avatar of Sri Rama, some great souls elevated obtained pure devotional service, still it is never heard of that pure prema was received. However, at this time, did not your material uncle's son, Sri Krishna, grant many persons liberation, devotional service, in the pure mellow of prema? All the demons who were killed by Sri Krishna or those killed by Arjuna were fit to suffer in hell, but due to the greatness of Sri Krishna became liberated. Though Vishwamitra was intent on performing penance and austerities, tapa, Gautama intent on silent meditation of mantras, japa, Vasishtha intent on the pursuit of knowledge, jnana, as well as other munis were practitioners of dharma, artha, kama and moksha. At the time of pilgrimage to Kurukshetra, all prayed to Sri Krishna for bhakti and ultimately obtained that dedication to bhakti by the mercy of Sri Krishna. By the mercy of Sri Krishna, immobile entities such as trees and creepers, despite being born into a species of ignorance, become enlightened by the pure goodness and constantly shower streams of nectar of their divine love. Oh, brothers of Sri Krishna, how much more can I describe of the amazing glories of the divine form, beauty, loveliness, sweet character of Sri Krishna? All are unprecedented. Sri Krishna's unprecedented form even astonished him. Ha! Krishna's form astonishes. Similarly, his pastimes, qualities, love, glories, and stand of instance are also unparalleled. I think that if Sri Krishna did not personally descended, then his supreme majesty named, namely the glories of being the supreme Bhagavan, would never have been revealed in this world. So he himself has to do it. Now the sweetness of variegated pastimes of Sri Krishna pervades everywhere and has reached its topmost limit. Thus, that supreme majesty is fully visible everywhere. What to speak of Sri Krishna's compassion? Even its chastisement is praiseworthy. Ha! How glorified. Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram. Madhuram, Madhuram, Madhuram. Everything connected with Krishna is Madhuram. So, what to speak of Sri Krishna's compassion? Even his chastisement is praiseworthy. That's what Kamsa, Kaliya, Putana were witness to this during manifest form of Sri Krishna. Previous avatars, demons such as Bali were witnessed. So many times. Kaliyanaga, even though he came, but he was became a devotee. He got the footprint. So Parikshit spoke to his mother. While glorifying Bhagavan Sri Krishna in this way, the topmost stage Sri Narada all of a sudden bit his tongue and spoke. Oh, you are engaging me in narrating the glories of Sri Krishna. Speaking like this, he chastised his tongue which was greedy to describe the glories of Madhava. Ha! Ha! So, over time, he's telling. If we can describe even slightly the glories of these beloved devotees of Sri Bhagavan, according to your own power, then I would consider it my great fortune. Sri Narada said, O magnanimous one, just as your love for Sri Krishna is apparent, Sri Krishna's special mercy unto you is easily apparent. Only some impudent persons who desire to describe with his tongue the subject of this mercy. Your mother, Sri Kunti Devi, simply by hearing one sentence of affectionate assurance of Sri Nandan for from the mouth of Akrura became instantaneously submerged in the flow of prema. After hearing the appeasing words of Sri Yadunandan, Sri Kunti Devi wept and lamented in various ways. Simply by hearing her lamentation, the hearts of mankind he shows intense affection unto you only with the desire for obtaining Sri Krishna's mercy. Sri Krishna, the very life of the Yadavas, offer, after residing in your palace for a long time, prepare to go to Dwaraka. Then Sri Kunti Devi, with humble, pleading words, stopped him and kept him in the palace. Just as Bhagavan Sri Krishna bestowed immense fame upon Maharaj Sri Yudhishthira in this world, similarly, by killing Jarasandha, he bestowed such fame upon Bhimasena as well. Arjuna is full of all kinds of opulences, has also gained fame as a beloved friend of Sri Krishna. Oh, not even countless Puranas and great scriptures can describe his glories. Nakula and Sahadeva, twin brothers, are complete display. Twin brothers, Nakula and Sahadeva, completely display the kind of affection they have for Sri Krishna at the time of the Rajasuya sacrifice by worship, by proposing to worship the Sri Krishna first. This was observed by Nakula and Sahadeva. There was a question whom we should worship first before this Rajasuya. Then Nakula and Sahadeva, they stand up and said, Krishna, no doubt, we worthy of worship, we must worship. Sri Krishna, the festivity of the Rajasuya Yajna, personally sanctified the air of Draupadi. He would address Draupadi as Priya Sakhi, and Sri Krishna removed all her distress and protected her from the fear of Durvasa and Dushasana. Sri Krishna relished footsteps in the house of Vidura and celebrated the grand event of Bhishma's passing away, namely his departing for Vaikuntha. Please bear in mind it was all done out of a soft, soft part of affection. Oh, what a subject of great amazement. All the ladies of your city also confide about their knowledge and devotion to Sri Krishna. Such discussions have become the subject of narration for such poets as Vyasa and others. So, the son of Kayadu, Sri Prahlad Maharaj, along with his grandson and monarch of the monkeys, Sri Hanuman, obtained the mercy of Sri Hari alone. However, you devotees have become the recipient of Sri Hari's special mercy with all your brothers, friends, relatives, and friends. In the assembly of the Kauravas, Sri Krishna said, those who are well wishers of the Pandavas are also my well wishers. Those who are their enemies are also my enemies because the Pandavas are like Pandavas are like life, years of my very soul. Krishna is the- So, Nagmani glorifying all fortunate Pandavas are. Alas, how impudent to describe your qualities. Only Bhagavan Sri Krishna knows all your qualities and alone can describe them. However, I have definitely described the Parikshit Maharaj said, O mother, remaining momentarily quiet, taking one long sigh out of shyness, Maharaj Sri Yudhishthira. The Parikshit Maharaj said, O mother, remaining momentarily quiet and taking one long sigh of shyness, Maharaj Yudhishthira, while surrounded by his mother, brother, twice spoke. See, so far, normally speaking, glorifying so many aspects. Now, Yudhishthira Maharaj started speaking. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, O crown jewel of expert speakers in Narada, after constant deliberation, we could never describe for sure about what special mercy Bhagavan Sri Krishna bestowed upon us. After seeing all our calamities, uh, seeing all our calamities, it appears as if the strong faith and tendency of common folk towards serving Sri Krishna with devotion will be utterly spoiled. Just as animals without food and fish without water cannot sustain their life. Similarly, without Sri Krishna, we cannot maintain our life. Sri Krishna is our very life. Therefore, we are sustaining our life through Him alone. Therefore, on the excuse of completing the Rajya Yajna, I prayed to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Oh Prabhu, you should shed some light upon the devotion of your devotees and non-devotees. Only when all living entities of this world see the pure, variegated, and wonderful material and spiritual wealth of your devotees, would they perform bhajana at your lotus feet. Very serious, intense faith and achieve that uh, lasting happiness. Now that Sri Krishna has destroyed our opponents and granted us his kingdom, we have received more distress than even before. Why is saying? In fact, the association of devotees of Bhagavan, Sri Vishnu, is more revered than our own life. On the other hand, due to separation of those very devotees in this world, now we cannot get a moment of happiness. The bliss of seeing the indescribable lotus face of Sri Krishna has vanished. So, uh, the bliss of seeing the indescribable lotus feet face of Sri Krishna has vanished for such a long time that only sometimes when such yajna as the Ashwamedha are performed do we obtain that happiness. Therefore, this is indeed the cause for great distress. See, now the Yudhishthira Maharaj made the king. There are no enemies anymore. He is being the king of the universe. And then Krishna went to Dwarka. But even though they are the king of the universe, he is not happy. He is longing to see the face of Krishna. Can you imagine? There is no way anybody can get as rich as Yudhishthira Maharaj. What can? As the whole world. Oh, pure devotion. Pure devotion. That Pandavas. It shows. So, Sri Narada, sometimes you see Krishna perform such work for us as being our messenger, charioteer, or other activities. Indeed, all these activities are simply to remove the unwanted burden from the earth and for the protection of dharma by destroying sin. See, this Maharaj is saying, Narada Muni is saying, Krishna is doing so many services to you, you are the greatest mercy, recipient of the mercy of the Lord. Dharma says, no, these activities are simply, seems like, huh, but really they are simply to remove the unwanted burden from the earth. and for the protection of Dharma by destroying sin. That's why he's doing, not out of great honor or mercy on us. The Parikshit Maharaj said, then the jovial, well-wishing, intimate friend of Sri Yadavendra, Bhimasena, began to laugh aloud. Oh, votary of Sri Krishna, please listen to me closely. Bhima is talking now. The pastimes of Bhagavan Sri Krishna are as deep and difficult to understand as the ocean. He is the source of illusory potency and the teacher of clever persons. Therefore, where would the expertise of his speech and champion dealings not show their effect? We know all truth, so we do not believe all these words. Sri Parikshit Maharaj said, O mother, again my grandfather Sri Arjuna, who is Sri Krishna's friend and more dear than life, began to speak with recurring heavy sighs and covered heart. Uh, Arjuna said, O Bhagavan Narada, is not the mercy of our dearmost Sri Krishna upon us the reason for our distress? Arjuna said, that is the cause of distress. Mercy. All the weapons that are beautifully engaged, yet dry Jnani grandfather Bhishma attacked me with were capable of piercing my invincible shield and ripping my heart to pieces. Nevertheless, Chakrapani Sri Krishna took all those weapons on his beautiful divine limb for my protection. Asina is crying. When Bhishma were putting arrows, they were capable of piercing through any of my, you know, protection. But instead, Krishna protected me by taking his own body. Hey, O exalted Brahmana, that distressful glance has not left my heart yet due to remembering to this attack. What is the chance of becoming happy? He's saying, Arjuna. I remember that incident. He protected, he gave his body in front of me. Otherwise, I would have finished. And you say, by being a charioteer, that is the mercy of the Lord. Huh? Because of that, I'm feeling pain. Huh? Instead of being happy, it is not a sign of affectionate mercy to perform activities which cause one's beloved to become distressful. When I withdrew from killing my superiors such as Bhishma and Drona at that time, Sri Krishna, the best among the wise, gave me instructions to inspire me to do such work. The literal meaning or gist of the Gita can give pleasure simply to dry scholars. That instruction is extremely painful for me, for this does not give pleasure to devotees who maintain their lives by hearing the glories of Bhakti. Despite deliberating on the import of those instructions, they do not give us the slightest pleasure. Instead, they remind us only of how Sri Krishna deceived us. We have firm faith alone in Sri Krishna, devotion of causeless mercy, who is always pure in everything, whose vows always come true, and who is the best friend among all benefactors. We have no other object dearer to us than that most attractive human life, divine form of Parabrahma, who is obtained directly. Sri Nakula and Sahadev said, O exalted sage, Sri Krishna encouraged us in the time of danger and calamities by destroying the enemies and performing such sacrifice as the art sacrifice. Instead, rather, he increased our fame, kingdom, as well as our rare, difficult to attain pious merits. We do not consider this to be special mercy. Instead, having completed so many Mahayajnas, he pleased us by accepting our request to him for the honor of being the first to worship. We consider this to be his mercy indeed. O saintly Brahmana, Sri Narada, how can we maintain our lives after being cheated by him? Now, even his darshan has become extremely difficult to attain for us. So, Sri Parikshit Maharaj said, O mother, after hearing their conversation, Sri Draupadi became overwhelmed with deep grief and began to weep. Regaining her composure, she endeavored to speak with a choked voice. Sri Draupadi said, My dear most confident and prana sakha Sri Krishna protected my modesty many times in the past, and by vanquishing such wicked people as the sinful Duryodhana and Dushasana, he always displayed his mercy unto us. Henceforth, I hope that he would continue to show such favor upon us. This is his duty also. Sri Draupadi continued. I had a hope that Sri Krishna would stay with us and sitting near me would please me with his clever, very sweet words and would console me of my separation from my dear brother and relatives. Therefore, I had a hope that I would always drink the nectar of his smiling words. Alas, what to speak of fulfilling that desire? It is alone my misfortune that he does not come to us as before. See, so Devashi Sri Narada, how can I understand this to be Sri Krishna's mercy? Sri Kunti Devi said, so Parikshit Maharaj said, then Sri Kunti Devi, who held her life only by taking darshan of Sri Krishna, became overwhelmed with anxiety after remembering the mercy and neglect by Sri Krishna. She began to speak in a pathetic voice, like while shedding tears. Sri Kunti Devi said, like a vulnerable widow with sons, I became submerged in an ocean of calamities. Still, Sri Krishna repeatedly protected me throughout these misfortunes. So I concluded from that Sri Krishna has shown special mercy upon on me, more than even his own mother, Sri Devaki. What to speak of receiving his special mercy? I cannot think that Sri Krishna has even a tinge of mercy on me now. Because at present only the loud cries of lamentation, namely the sound of Women's wailing is heard from the houses of ours and others due to the death of brothers and relatives. Thus I have become deprived of his darshana, having abandoned the desire of any prosperity without his darshana. I prayed for only those calamities which grant his darshana. I have granted the kingdom without any obstruction to the Pandavas. Therefore, they are living happily. Thinking like this, Sri Krishna abandoned us and now resides in the city of Dwarka. Therefore, now I have given up hope of his return. However, if I quickly die now, then I shall consider it his special mercy. How Kunti is. Sri Krishna is merciful to his king folk. Thinking in this manner, I had taken shelter of hope. Now, by seeing his strong relationship with the Yadavas, that hope has also been shattered. Therefore, O Bhagavan Sri Narada, approach the Yadavas because they are the object of Sri Krishna's greatest mercy and are completely absorbed in an ocean of inexpressible, unparalleled ecstasy. You know well that the matchless glory of Yadavas also. Oh, how can I possibly describe them more? See, Parikshit Maharaj said, "Oh, mother, you are also the wife of Sri Krishna's sister's son. Therefore, you are so fortunate also." Following this, Devashi Narada left at that exact moment for the city of Dwarka. Upon very quickly reaching the city of Dwarka, he repeatedly offered prostrated obeisances, falling like a stick, then entered the city and from far afar saw the most fortunate Yadava. So, Narada Muni, after meeting Pandavas, see how Hanuman glorified Pandavas, and then how Pandavas glorifying the Yadavas, that they are the most recipient mercy of Krishna. You think we are now, we are crying for his mercy. If he has mercy, how he has left us alone. So they are crying. Now Narada has entered Dwarka. So we will continue this tomorrow, uh, today being Ekadasi, and then month of Purushottama. May Lord Purushottama bestow mercy on all of us. Govardhanadaram Vande Gopalam Goparupam Gokulostavam Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam Gopika, very dear to Radha. Such a wonderful person. Both together may bestow mercy, devotion, and also Ekadasi. Ekadasi is Bhakti Janani, mother of devotion. May Ekadasi Devi also bestows mercy to do properly, follow kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Dandavat pranam to everyone.
Dandavat pranams, Guru.